Good morning, Saber, my men are friends. It's actually afternoon, I think. Anyway, I wanted to send a shout out to a person named Tyler who wanted me to make homemade macaroni. So what I did is I made my large elbow macaroni. This is a 24-ounce size package. It's large elbow macaroni, so I used the entire bag. What I have in here is a half a cube of butter, and I have salt, pepper, and parsley. That's how I start, so I can season my noodles, okay? So you see they're nice and shiny. They have salt and pepper and parsley, so I can get my noodles seasoned before I even add any cheese. I'm going to use a cheese sauce, a pasteurized cubed soft cheese, like Velveeta or something like that, Kobe Monterey Jack, and sharp cheddar. Hi, honey. How are you today? And then I also have grated onion. I grate it because if you grate it, you won't really be able to chew on it, of course. It's like a secret ingredient. I have salt, pepper, and parsley, again, like I said. And I use chicken broth to help flavor. And then I heat it up so that it keeps my noodles nice and hot while I'm working with it in a bowl. After I get it all mixed up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the oven. I decided to do this version because I wasn't sure if Tyler wanted baked macaroni or stovetop macaroni. So I'm gonna bake this one.
Kraft.
Now, the cheese is not gonna be completely melted and incorporated because it just won't. Not in this one. I will be adding a secret ingredient, and that is my cream of mushroom. Cream of mushroom makes it so great. Creamy, and it adds a depth of flavor. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees so that everything can marry in the oven. I think I got a runaway piece of cheese. If you use a stainless steel bowl and you want to heat your noodles up to get your cheese to melt a little bit, you can actually just pop this in the oven for like 5 to 10 minutes and it'll start melting your cheese. I'm not really too worried about it right now because I'm gonna bake it. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate your support. I have another request for some stew, so I went and got the ingredient. I was only missing one ingredient, which was the beef, and of course I got it for a pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the best deal, but I got it for about $4.49 a pound. It was cheaper if I bought a value pack. So I bought a value pack, saved me 50 cents a pound. So I got the value pack and I spent less than $16, which is always good because my meals are under $20. Take into consideration I'm feeding a big family, and also I'm feeding a big family, and it'll be more than one day's worth of food. And with beef stew, you can actually, beef stew meat, you can actually make different things with that meat. You can make chili. You can make beef green chili. Beef green chili is really good. That one takes a little bit more ingredients than beef stew. But for Tyler, who requested homemade macaroni and cheese, I'm showing you how I make it. Thank you so much for your comment and your support. And definitely don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. What do you think so far? It looks pretty creamy. I tasted the noodles before I added the cheese because I wanted to make sure that my noodles were seasoned. Because if they weren't seasoned well, then it definitely changes the flavor of your macaroni. Sharp cheddar is very important. It adds a depthness. Sometimes I've used smoky cheddar before. It came out pretty good. But I'm not using smoky cheddar this time. This is my basic macaroni recipe. Now basically at this point, it's gonna go into the oven after I add the cream of mushroom. Princess, can you come here and get me the cream of mushroom, please?
So how about savor my macaroni and cheese?
My husband wants me to say savor my macaroni and cheese. Do you feel better now?
Savor my macaroni and cheese.
You see, he
kind of like savor my macaroni.
He has to be like, you know, the star of the show and stuff. You got to be in the background commentating.
I'm trying to get Insta famous.
Oh, okay.
This ain't Instagram.
What the hell is this?
So like,
Only one?
yeah, this is good.
Put back on pictures.
That was go too far.
Now this is part of the secret weapon that I add. The onion is the secret weapon, the grated onion. Cream of mushroom. And sometimes I add a little bit of lemon pepper because it brightens it up just a little bit. I will add a little bit of, I got a little bit more chicken broth because I'm gonna put it in the oven. So I want it to have like a little bit of, want it to be a little saucy because the cream of mushroom is gonna break down a little bit and create like a little sauce, okay? I'm still learning how to do like the YouTube in-app video recording, but for some reason that one doesn't let us pause the videos. But when I do it from my phone, it allows me to pause the videos. So I'm not adding any milk, by the way. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because we have enough cheese in here, and truly the last thing we need in this house for people who are lactose intolerant is to add another layer of dairy. Okay, so this is how it looks before it goes into the oven. I have a little bit of water to dilute my soup just a little bit. Yeah, take your time. You want good food, take your time. Don't rush the process. You know, I have my TV dinner version of macaroni and cheese, but that's definitely an uptown version. This is the last thing that I'm adding is my cheese sauce. And the reason why I didn't add that right away is because it's cold. And so my daughter's calling me from my husband's phone.
I really want to see you make beef ravioli.
I added last because it's gonna make everything cold. I also have a really good, simpler version of macaroni and cheese, Tyler. So if you want the simpler version so that you could do it yourself, maybe this has too many ingredients, Like I said, usually these ingredients I already have around the house. The chicken broth, the cream of mushroom. So this is normal life for me. But I do have a simpler version of macaroni that is really good, and I call it my TV dinner version. And that's the kind that I usually just make on the stove. This is gonna get into the pan, 350 degrees in the oven on bake. And it's gonna be in there for about 20 minutes, maybe a little longer. I'm gonna stir it while it's in the oven, okay? I am going to stir it because there's cheese sauce chunks, and my husband and my daughter are having a lot of fun back there. And this is a lot of macaroni. This cost me about $4 or $5 for the cheese. I bought the cheese on sale, so I spent about $10 on cheese. But again, I've used the sale as part of my getting cheese for the week. I'm not gonna put the cheese, the sprinkled cheese on top until all my cheese chunks melt. And then once it's out the oven, I will post a separate video of the finished product, because in the YouTube app, I won't be able to pause it. But this is for you, Tyler. Thank you again for your support and your patronage. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or not. But definitely make this. This is easy. I didn't burn anything. I boiled my noodles for about 7 minutes. I didn't want them too soft because I'm gonna put them in the oven. Okay? That looks really good, and it's probably good already. I'm pretty sure it is. It just needs to bake and firm up a little bit. It's cold, but it's good. Really good. Thank you, my good people.
I said no.
I will definitely post another video of the finished product. And I hope you enjoy this recipe. Bake in the oven 350 for about 20 minutes. Stir it, get that cheese, those cheese clumps melted, and you're all done. Sprinkle some cheese on top, let it get nice and crispy, and it'll be all done. Have a wonderful day, and peace to you and your families.